Professor Dr. Walter Gross, director of the Racial Policy Office of the NSDAP, said, "We do not say that one race is superior to another, but we do say that there is a difference between the various races of the world." He also clarified in an article, "Most open to misinterpretation are National Socialist views on the relations between the various races of the world. It has been questioned whether the fundamental racial principles of the New World theory must not breed condescension, even contempt of people of different race. Quite the contrary, these very principles offer the very best guarantee for mutual tolerance and for the peaceful cooperation of all. We appreciate the fact that those of another race are different from us. This scientific truth is the basis, the justification, and at the same time, the obligation of every racial policy without which a restoration of Europe in our day is no longer practicable. Whether that other race is better or worse is not possible for us to judge. The racial principles of National Socialism are, therefore, the surest guarantee for respecting the integrity of other nations. National Socialist demand is only that the claims of the blood and the laws of biology should be more closely observed in the future. We do not wish our people to intermarry with those of alien race, since through such mingling of blood, the best and characteristic qualities of both races are lost. But we will always have a ready welcome for any guests who wish to visit us, whether of kindred or foreign civilization, and our racial views only lead us to a fuller appreciation of their essential peculiarities, in the same way as we would want our own peculiarities respected. If all nations would follow the policies formulated by Dr. Walter Gross, the world would consist of free, independent, and homogeneous states, which would not be easily controlled by the global elite." Leon Degrelle explained eloquently, "German racialism has been deliberately distorted. It never was anti-other race racialism. It was a pro-German racialism. It was concerned with making the German race strong and healthy in every way. Hitler was not interested in having millions of degenerates, if it was his power not to have them. Today one finds rampant alcohol and drug addiction everywhere. Hitler cared that the German families be healthy, cared that they raise healthy children for the renewal of a healthy nation. German racialism meant rediscovering the creative values of their own race, rediscovering their culture. It was a search for excellence, a noble idea. National Socialist racialism was not against the other races. It was for its own race. It aimed at defending and improving its race, and wished that all other races did the same for themselves. National Socialist racialism was loyal to the German race and totally respected all other races." Savitri Devi was a teacher, author, and political activist. She was a prominent proponent of animal rights, deep ecology, and National Socialism. She served the Axis cause during World War II by spying on Allied forces in India. She believed that Hitler was a sacrifice for humanity, and she had this to say about race. "Respect the man of noble races other than your own, who carries out in a different place a combat parallel to yours, to ours. He is your ally. He is our ally, be he at the other end of the world. I am for a multiracial world in which each race keeps to itself, in harmony with other races. Like in a garden, you have flower beds of roses and flower beds of carnations and irises and different other flowers. They don't intermarry, they stay separate, and each one has its beauty." From all parts of the world, many volunteers rushed to help their German brothers in defense of Europe. The German army was in fact the most religiously diverse and largest multiracial fighting force in human history. Volunteers from the following countries joined Germany and fought for the Third Reich: Albania, Australia, Armenia, Argentina, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Bulgaria, Bosnia-Herzegovina, China, Canada, Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Greece, Georgia, Hungary, India, Indonesia, Iceland, Ireland, Iran, Iraq, Italy, Korea, Latvia, Libya, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Lebanon, Netherlands, North Africa, South Africa, Norway, Poland, Palestine, Portugal, Romania, Serbia and Montenegro, Slovakia, Syria, Slovenia, Spain, Russia, Sweden, Switzerland, United Kingdom, Ukraine, Turkey, USA, and Egypt. I promise you, I'm quite free from all racial hatred. It is in any case undesirable that one race should mix with another. Pride in one's own race, and that does not imply contempt for other races, is also a normal and healthy sentiment. I have never regarded the Chinese or the Japanese as being inferior to ourselves. They belong to ancient civilizations, and I admit freely that their past history is superior to our own. They had the right to be proud of their past, just as we had the right to be proud of the civilization to which we belong. Indeed, I believe the more steadfast the Chinese and the Japanese remain in their pride of their race, the easier I shall find it to get on with them. Although Germany wanted to keep Germany German, visiting people of other races were of course welcome. African-American Olympian athlete Jesse Owens had been warned before the Olympics that the racist German crowd might be hostile and yell insults. Instead, the crowd gave him several thunderous ovations. Owens later remarked that he had received the best ovations of his career at the Berlin Olympics. After winning 4 gold medals at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, Owens was not recognized or invited to the White House by either American presidents Franklin D. Roosevelt or his successor Harry S. Truman. Instead, it was Hitler who gave Owens a special commemorative gift. Anti-German propaganda claimed that a furious Hitler had ignored 4-time Olympic gold medalist Jesse Owens. However, in his 1970 autobiography, Owens himself wrote, "When I passed the chancellor, he rose, waved his hand at me, and I waved back at him. I think the writer showed bad taste in criticizing the man of the hour in Germany. Hitler did not snub me. It was Roosevelt who snubbed me. The president did not even send me a telegram." Jesse Owens said on numerous occasions that he was actually treated better in Nazi Germany than in segregated America. In America, Owens had trouble walking down the streets without getting harassed by racists. In Germany, Owens had trouble walking down the streets because the Germans kept stopping him to shake hands and congratulate him. Owens had only positive things to say about National Socialist Germany. One of the famous American Tuskegee Airmen, Alexander Jefferson, wrote a book called Red Tail Captured, Red Tail Free, where he talked about being a second-class citizen in his own country. He was shut down and put into a German POW camp, where he, for the first time in his life, wasn't segregated from the white troops. He recalls the incredible irony of finally being freed and returning home, and no sooner did he walk off the ship when he was told, "Whites to the right, niggers to the left." The black historian and sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois visited National Socialist Germany in 1936. He related that he received more respect from the German academics than from his white college back in America. He was treated like a human being in Germany and stated, "The National Socialists did not show any trace of racial hatred toward blacks." The American diplomat and author Lawrence Dennis, who was biracial, born to a black mother and white father, also visited National Socialist Germany. Like Du Bois and other blacks who visited, he was treated warmly and like a human being for one of the first times in his life. He met and had discussions with Adolf Hitler himself. Dennis even attended the Nuremberg rallies. He was so impressed with Adolf Hitler's Germany that he thought National Socialism could save the United States as well.